How did things go for you today here?
It went really well. Trying to get my wind back. I was out for about a week because I got a calf injury in my last Kings workout, but I've been fine throughout that point. But today was really good. I got to work out with Tita, my former teammate. I got to play against some guys who play in the Big Ten, but today was a good day.
This is your first one back?
No, I had DC yesterday.
We've
So
heard
I've been
this
just
one's kind of demanding, so I wasn't sure.
no, yeah, just trying to just catch your wind again,
What have you gotten feedback-wise in this process of stuff you're doing well and stuff you might need to work on?
Work on consistently just trying to get the jump shot back in place. Something I've always been confident in myself. I've always been known as a shooter. Just the last 2 seasons just hasn't dropped the way I've wanted to. But obviously the defensive effort, like I said, with the conditioning, pressing full court, being a pest, I feel like that'll be my ticket to get to the NBA and just stick my name there as well. So that's the biggest thing probably.
So to keep going on the part, what's kind of the most important case you feel like you need to make to teams?
I think the defensive effort, just stamping that, attacking that heads on is going to be a different type of level of, like I said, conditioning in the NBA than is college basketball. But I think a great representation of that is TJ, and I think he does a great job of that, of picking up full, being a dog, being somebody who's always causing mishap for the offensive teams. I think I've watched tons and tons of clips of him, and just trying to replicate that the best way I can.
I think you're the third person in here that's talked about TJ
Yeah.
in one of these interviews. Are you seeing, the teams put a lot of value on full court pressure defense? Are you being
Every single workout I've been to has been talked about that. If we're guarding full or if we're doing full court, that's been talked about 100%. I think the biggest thing they also want to see is just your effort when you're tired also. Of course, like I said, you got conditioning to be right, but if you get the right effort, I think teams can respect that and can use that and utilize it for their team for sure.
What's your perception of the Pacers organization? What has it been just throughout your basketball career?
I've always been a Bulls fan because I grew up in Champaign. As a kid, you would watch Paul George highlights. I wasn't really tuned in with Pacers until I've gotten older and can watch them now with a concept of basketball and not just watching it for highlights and for fun. But I've always loved Rick Carlisle. I think he's a great coach, and a lot of players have never talked about him, just how he's a personable coach. So I'm moving more and more with all the teams as I've gotten older, but so far it's slim, but I have to grow it eventually.
You study TJ. What stands out about the things that he does that other players besides maybe don't?
It's how hard he plays, like every game, day in and day out. He's an undersized guard. Went to Arizona. He's came back and talked to us before too. But that's somebody who's always he stamped his name in the league just by pure effort, and then his ability also play make and shot create. How tall he is to how he always can find his way to the paint and get to his little bunny hop jump shot. It's impressive.
Go ahead. How do you think Big Ten basketball prepared you for the NBA, just with the success of the Big Ten?
Yeah, that physicality of Big Ten basketball there's nothing like that. I think it's helped me within the weight room being able to now physically prepare to play in the NBA. If you watch in the finals and also the Western Conference Finals, it was physical as hell. Dylan Harper and Stephon are huge, getting bumps and stuff like that. So I think just in general, I think it's helped me in my physical capabilities. And playing the best of the best throughout the entire nation. That's what's how we're going to get to the NBA.
How much did the Final Four run, help you grow as a player? What was it like just to be a part of that?
You can say it helped me grow in an aspect of now playing in front of a crazy crowd. I've never or ever again will probably play in front of Lucas Oil type of stadium, but I think that entire process to get there was what helped create more and more for me as a player. The mental discipline and focus we had as a unit and individually to just focus at one game at a time to advance and move on. I think that entire process to get to that point was more beneficial than the actual playing in the arena.